The Western Conference is insane and one of the deepest conferences we have ever seen, but among all the stars and contending level teams, which squad is actually the best? Let's not waste any time and start the rankings. The New Orleans Pelicans rank dead last in the West. They've been incredibly injured all season, and it's tough to even assess them because of that. Zion has played just 6 of the 32 games, Ingram's missed 14, DeJounte 17, Trey Murphy 13, CJ McCollum 13, Herb Jones 18, Jose Alvarado 21, and Jordan Hawkins 16. Yeah, that's bad. They're one of the worst teams in the league on both sides of the ball and have the worst record in the league with absolutely no continuity, with already 14 players to have started 3 or more games. They have the potential to be a playoff squad, but injuries have ruined any hope of even being competent this year. Utah ranks second last, and New Orleans are by far the 2 worst teams. Lauri Markkanen and Colin Sexton have of course been solid, but rookie Cody Williams has been very bad, shooting below 30% from the field, and Filipowski hasn't been great inside. It seems like a matter of time before Markkanen is moved, but the Jazz record of 7-23 will put them in contention for the first pick to get their superstar of the future. The Portland Trail Blazers are a tier above those bottom 2, but also very clearly not playoff contenders. Anthony Simons and Jeremy Grant have taken noticeable steps back, while Deni Avdija just recently began to pick it up. Shadon Sharpe is beginning to blossom, while Scoot Henderson and Donovan Clingan are showing flashes, and they have a group of younger guys vying to stay a part of the Blazers' future, like Toumani Camara, Ryan Rupert, Delano Bonton, Chris Murray, and Jabari Walker. But another year or 2 in the basement of the conference is necessary for the rebuild. The Sacramento Kings are a mess, and I just made a video on them. They recently fired Mike Brown, but elevated someone from his own system in Doug Christie, getting rid of the most vocal person in the locker room for pretty much no reason. De'Aaron Fox is on the trade block, and there will be a video on his trade rumors in 2 days on this channel. The addition of DeMar DeRozan has been a massive flop, and Domantas Sabonis continues to be one of the most overrated players in the league with empty stats. Sacramento is currently better than their record, but they cannot close games out in the clutch and will get worse as the season goes on, with potential for a full tank. The Golden State Warriors miss out on the top 10 after an amazing start to the season that led many to believe they were actual contenders. They have been terrible since, winning just 4 of their last 16. While Curry is great, he has been wildly inconsistent, leading to some huge blowout losses, while Pods and Moody have been disappointing, and Kuminga is a very weird fit. Buddy Hield's honeymoon stretch fizzled out, and Draymond Green continues to start controversy. While the Warriors likely aren't as bad as they are currently playing, they are also nowhere near the level they played at to start the year, and at best are a first-round exit, while yet again putting another disappointing supporting cast around Steph. The Minnesota Timberwolves are 10th. This offense is horrendous, ranking 22nd in offensive rating in the league. Ant hasn't taken the offensive leap and is a very limited playmaker and ball handler, struggling to handle doubles and blitzes, while the front court of Randall and Gobert is absolutely disgusting to watch, and the team is struggling to convert shots. Overall, they are just bad on offense, and their defense isn't enough to make up for it, barely staying at 500 after one of the best years in franchise history. It will be tough to recover even in a multi-year view from now. The Phoenix Suns are 9th. They have been ravaged by injuries, but have potential to pick it up to finish the season. Kevin Durant has been a top 10 player this year when healthy, and him, Booker, and Beal have missed significant time, not allowing all 3 to play together much. They are also supposed to have changes made within the supporting cast, like moving Yusuf Nurkic and Grayson Allen, and especially with Nurkic, that should help the team to finish this year. He absolutely sucks. With the star power and veteran experience, making just one good restructuring move at the deadline should be enough for Phoenix to finish in the top 10 and give them a shot at the playoffs. The San Antonio Spurs are 8th. Wemby has turned into a superstar as a multi-level scorer who's actually efficient from deep. Yeah, all those takes at the beginning of the season didn't really matter, and he is the best defensive player in the league. He's improving by the day and had a statement performance on Christmas against the Knicks, while the supporting cast is quietly very good. Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes have been nice vet additions, partly to help the younger guys progress, and those players like Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, and Stephon Castle have been very good and are taking steps. This team hasn't been too healthy and isn't going to be great, explaining the not great stats, but they should continue to get better along with Wemby. The Los Angeles Clippers take the 7th spot. Personally, I'm shocked that they've been this good, but the Clips are a top 6 seed currently, and 5 games above 500, all without Kawhi, who could be returning soon. Norman Powell has taken a very unexpected jump and should be the favorite for most improved player, while James Harden and Ivica Zubac have been very solid. Ty Lue is one of the best coaches in this league, and they continue to be a playoff contending team no matter what happens. And with a very good defense before Kawhi even returns, they should be dangerous. The Nuggets are 6th and are very flawed, but being carried by their star power. Their reserve bigs are DeAndre Jordan and Dario Saric, and the team's defense is very bad, with pretty much everyone on the team taking a big step back defensively, including Jokic. Jamal Murray has started to bounce back, but the loss of KCP is huge, and like some people, including me, thought and hoped, Christian Braun has not been able to fill that void. The Nuggets will make some noise because of Jokic, but with all the holes they have, Denver is not a real title contender. After the Dorian Finney-Smith trade, the Lakers moved to 5th. Rob Pelinka finally made a deal that isn't flashy or for a star, but instead a role player that actually thrives in any type of situation, and specifically this one, as we have seen him go crazy with Luka before. The combination of AD and LeBron is one of the best duos in the NBA, and the supporting cast is inconsistent, but this move has the potential to change a lot of that, also getting rid of D'Lo, who has been rough on offense and defense. Their team stats aren't great, and they do have a low floor as a streaky team so far, but I trust LeBron to get hot at the right time, as he seems to be heating up after a slow start. The Houston Rockets rank 4th as a team that nobody wants to play against. They have an elite defense, and would be talked about way more if it wasn't for OKC being so good. With Amen Thompson and Tari Eason, and even Jabari Smith Jr., the defensive personnel on this team is insane, and they have a bunch of guys that can make plays happen, like Amen, Jalen Green, and Alperen Sengun. The passing and playmaking is worrying, and Fred VanVleet has been having a down year, and they don't have the 1A that a title team has to have, but they are dangerous, especially defensively, and young with a lot of potential, and really just one guy away from being able to compete with anybody. The Memphis Grizzlies are 3rd. They have the best offense in the league, as a team very fast, and nobody can defend them, getting out in transition, and with a bunch of depth. This front office is underratedly great at finding second rounders to make an impact from day one, this year being Jalen Wells, who has stepped in as even a starter at times and thrived on both sides, while star Ja Morant hasn't played great and even missed time. The Grizzlies were fine. This team is deep with a scary big duo of Jaren Jackson Jr. and Zach Edey, and have even done all this with barely any time from Vince Williams Jr. and completely without G.G. Jackson. Expect this team to somehow improve even more as the season continues. The Dallas Mavericks land at 2nd. Despite Luka Doncic being banged up, playing below his usual standards, and missing plenty of time, Dallas is the 4th seed and just a game back of 2nd. The change in Luka playing better off ball, when he is playing, has also helped the rest of the offense thrive. Kyrie Irving has been playing at an all-star, dare I even say all-NBA level, while guys like Clay, PJ, Grimes, and Najee have been excellent 3-and-D players, though the bigs of Lively and Gafford have struggled to start the year. The front office has continued to remain aggressive, and there should be another trade to improve a team that already won the West last season. But of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder are 1st, led by my current MVP pick, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They are 26-5 and are very close to the best record in the league, while having the best net rating. OKC has a generationally great defense, and that is not a stretch to say, as their defensive rating is 3 points better than anyone else, and their relative defensive rating of -9.7 is almost impossibly good. They are doing all of this with just a handful of games from Chet, who is their best defender when valuing positions, and had to start J-Dub at the 5 at times because of how banged up their bigs were. Their offense is also elite. They're one of the deepest teams and have playoff experience. If I had to predict who wins the championship right now, I would guess OKC. That's just how good they've been.